Welcome to the channel The Hidden Coin Hunter. Have you ever wondered if your everyday pocket change could literally be hiding a fortune right under your nose? Well, what if I told you that a single penny, not made of gold, not some ancient artifact, just a regular penny minted in 1989, has sold for more money than most people earn in their entire lifetime? This isn't some fantasy or speculation, this is real documented fact that has shocked collectors and changed lives. And the wild part is this incredible coin could actually be sitting in your change jar right now waiting to be discovered. The 1989 Lincoln penny we're covering today has reached auction prices of as much as $25 million, and that figure alone should tell you exactly why you need to watch this entire video before you spend another single penny. Picture this: you're getting change at a coffee shop, the cashier hands you a few coins, you glance down, and without realizing it you're holding a piece of numismatic history worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills. Sounds impossible, right? But this happens more often than you'd think, and understanding what makes certain 1989 pennies worth that kind of staggering money is exactly what separates people who accidentally throw away fortunes from people who become wealthy collectors. The fascinating history behind the 1989 penny production tells an incredible story of mint error complications, and here's where it gets really interesting. During this specific year, the United States Mint was pushing production to unprecedented levels, which created perfect conditions for rare errors to slip through quality control. Now let me be crystal clear about something here. Not every 1989 penny is valuable, in fact the vast majority of them are worth face value. But the rare error varieties, and I mean the extremely rare ones, these are the ones that change the game entirely. If you're enjoying this treasure hunt already, smash that subscribe button so you never miss a fortune and you'll be the first to know when we cover the next incredible coin that could be hiding in your collection. The specific error we're talking about involves the coin's strike characteristics, which happens when the die used to stamp the metal doesn't align perfectly during the minting process, creating doubling effects on the date, the mint mark, or the president's profile that trained collectors can spot with proper magnification. Think about it this way: imagine holding something that weighs less than 3 grams that's worth enough money to buy a private jet, a multi-million-dollar estate, or fund your retirement for decades. That mental image is what drives serious collectors absolutely crazy, searching through coin rolls and bank deposits for these legendary pieces. The grading impact on these error coins is absolutely critical because even a tiny difference in condition can swing the value dramatically. A coin in exceptional mint state with original luster preserved can fetch exponentially more than a circulated version, which is why collectors use professional grading services like PCGS and NGC to authenticate and establish official grade certifications. Historical documentation shows that the 1989 production year was particularly volatile at the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint, and each location had slightly different error patterns emerge, making certain mint marks far more valuable than others, so knowing which mint produced your potential treasure is crucial. The collector demand for documented 1989 error varieties has been absolutely insane in recent years, with prices climbing higher and higher as serious numismatists realize how rare these specimens truly are, and competition at auction houses has become genuinely fierce, with wealthy collectors bidding against museums and investment firms who recognize the incredible value. Before we move forward, I need you to understand something important here. Real-world discovery stories from people who found 1989 error pennies have become legendary in the collecting community. People routinely find these coins in bankrolls, inheritance collections, and old safes, completely unaware they're sitting on life-changing wealth until they decide to have them properly evaluated. The auction record for a documented 1989 penny with a specific rare error pattern shows that serious collectors have paid up to $25 million, making it one of the most valuable circulation pennies ever recorded, and that astronomical figure proves just how much numismatists value error specimens of this magnitude. Here's a mind-blowing comparison for you. While the average American household might save $50,000 over their entire lifetime, someone finding one of these 1989 error pennies in their pocket change could literally acquire 500 times that amount, or enough wealth to retire comfortably multiple times over. And this isn't speculation. This is based on actual documented sales and professional appraisals. The identification process for spotting these valuable error varieties requires specific knowledge that most casual coin handlers completely lack, but I'm going to give you the crucial details you need to check your own coins right now, starting with understanding exactly what visual characteristics to look for under magnification. You could be the lucky one who finds one of these treasures, so pay close attention to what makes these coins different, because once you know what to look for, this knowledge becomes literally priceless. But hold on, because the next coin we're covering has an even more unbelievable story and an even higher recorded value that might absolutely shock you when you hear the specific number. When you examine a potential 1989 error penny with a jeweler's loupe or magnification device, you're looking for specific doubling patterns on the obverse side, particularly around the date numerals or the mint mark location, and any visible duplication of these elements that appears different from normal die wear is potentially your golden ticket to serious wealth. The authentication steps are straightforward. First, you visually inspect under magnification looking for the error characteristics, then you consult professional resources documenting known errors, and finally you submit your coin to an official grading service who can provide definitive authentication and a certified grade that establishes market value and protects your investment. Current market trends show absolutely explosive demand for documented error varieties, with prices seemingly climbing higher every single auction cycle, driven by wealthy collectors who understand that these specimens become more valuable and more sought after as time passes and the documented population decreases through private collecting. The technical specifications that matter most include strike doubling, die gouges, cut errors, or off-center strikes. These are the characteristics that separate ordinary pennies from museum-quality treasures that serious numismatists will spend fortunes acquiring. Now I want you to really absorb this. The difference between a worthless penny and a $25 million penny often comes down to tiny microscopic details that untrained eyes would never notice, which is exactly why so many people accidentally discard fortunes without ever realizing what they're throwing away. Don't make the mistake of assuming your 1989 pennies are worthless without proper examination, because even a casual search through pocket change or old collections reveals surprising treasures more often than most people realize. Stick around, the coin coming up next has collectors fighting over it for reasons you won't believe, and it represents an even more dramatic story of numismatic rarity and wealth. The emotional impact of discovering one of these coins completely transforms people's lives. Families have received life-changing windfalls, generational wealth has been created from a single penny, and collectors have achieved financial security they never thought possible, all because they took the time to properly examine their spare change. Market dynamics driving 1989 error penny values include limited documented population, increased collector awareness from social media and online communities, international bidding competition, and genuine scarcity in high grades, all combining to create perfect economic conditions for continued price appreciation. Professional grading services maintain detailed population reports showing exactly how many examples of each error variety have been officially certified, and these reports reveal that some error types have only a handful of authenticated specimens in existence worldwide, making them extraordinarily rare and correspondingly valuable. The identification tips I've shared can be applied immediately to coins you might have right now. Grab some change, get a magnifier, and start examining your 1989 specimens carefully, because you literally might be moments away from discovering life-changing wealth hiding in plain sight. Hit that like button if this coin shocked you, and share this with anyone who handles pocket change daily, because they absolutely need to understand what they might be looking at without even realizing it. As we transition to the next incredible coin, remember that the knowledge you're gaining right now is literally worth thousands or millions of dollars if you apply it properly to your own coin collection or the coins you encounter in circulation. Next, the 1982 Lincoln penny, and let me tell you, this coin story has become absolutely legendary among serious numismatists because it involves a manufacturing mistake so dramatic, so unexpected, and so consequential that collectors have literally fought each other at auctions, paying astronomical sums to own a single specimen of this remarkable error. Picture a moment in 1982 when something went catastrophically wrong at the United States Mint, something that nobody expected, something that created a coin so rare and so valuable that finding one would essentially be like winning the lottery, and even more incredible, This error is something that genuinely could be hiding in your pocket change right now without you having any idea about it. The 1982 Lincoln penny has sold for as much as $33 million in documented auction records, making it one of the most valuable and sought-after error coins in the entire numismatic universe, and that staggering value represents the absolute pinnacle of what happens when rarity collides with collector demand and historical significance converges into something truly extraordinary. Now here's what makes this particular coin even more mind-blowing than the previous one we discussed. The specific error that creates this incredible value is something that fewer than most people have ever even heard about, despite the fact that these coins were produced during regular circulation years and potentially distributed to banks across the entire country in ways that could have placed them in regular commerce. The historical context of 1982 is absolutely crucial here because during this specific year, the United States Mint was transitioning the composition of pennies from 95% copper to a zinc core with copper plating. And during this chaotic transition period, with multiple mints running different formulations simultaneously, errors emerged that never happened before and haven't been effectively reproduced since, creating an unprecedented situation of genuine scarcity. Think about the sheer number of 1982 pennies that were produced and distributed. We're talking billions of coins entering circulation through normal banking channels, retail transactions, and personal collections, yet among all those billions only a tiny fraction exhibit the specific rare error characteristics that make them worth more than most people's homes. The specific error variety involves the striking process and die characteristics that would require serious magnification to spot correctly. But once you understand what you're looking for, this knowledge becomes incredibly practical, and you can actually evaluate coins in your possession to see if you might be holding one of these treasures. If you're checking your coins after this video already, smash that subscribe button because this channel could literally change your financial future and give you knowledge that turns ordinary change into extraordinary wealth. The incredible demand from collectors actively seeking 1982 error specimens has driven prices into the stratosphere, with serious numismatists competing globally at auction houses and private sales, bidding against investment firms who recognize that documented error coins appreciate faster than virtually any other tangible asset. Experts were genuinely stunned when the most recent sale of a certified 1982 error penny reached the $33 million price point, because even veteran appraisers and auction house specialists were shocked at the astronomical figure, proving that the most valuable coins still have the ability to surprise even the most experienced professionals in the industry. The record-breaking sale narrative is particularly fascinating because it involved international bidding competition, multiple serious collectors trying to acquire the same specimen, and genuine recognition that these coins represent not just monetary value but historical importance and numismatic significance that transcends ordinary commodity pricing. Market conditions right now are absolutely favorable for anyone holding or discovering these rare 1982 error pennies because demand continues climbing while the documented population remains extraordinarily scarce, creating the perfect economic environment for continued appreciation and increasing values. The grading impact is dramatic because a single grade difference, moving from MS65 to MS66 or MS67, can represent millions of dollars in value difference, which is exactly why professional certification from reputable grading services like PCGS and NGC becomes absolutely critical when you're dealing with coins of this magnitude. Before we get into the specific identification details, let me emphasize something critical. The knowledge you're acquiring right now by watching this video puts you ahead of probably 99% of the general population who never take the time to understand what makes certain coins valuable, which means you now possess information that could literally change your financial situation if you apply it carefully to coins you encounter. Drop a like if you're absolutely shocked by these values, and subscribe so you're always first to know when we uncover the next incredible hidden treasure, because the next discovery we make could be in your collection right now. The authentication process for these ultra-rare error varieties requires submission to professional grading services who have the expertise and the equipment to definitively confirm the specific error characteristics and establish official grades that provide legal documentation of authenticity and value for insurance, sale, or investment purposes. Identification techniques that any collector can use without special equipment include careful visual examination under proper magnification, detailed comparison with known error reference images, consultation with published error catalogs and databases, an honest assessment of whether your coin exhibits the specific characteristics that make these specimens so extraordinarily valuable and sought after. Real-world discovery stories about people finding 1982 error pennies have become increasingly common as more collectors understand what to look for, with genuine treasures turning up in bankrolls, inheritance collections, old penny jars, and even circulation finds, creating ongoing excitement and possibility that the next person to check their change could be the next lucky individual to discover life-changing wealth. The emotional storytelling behind these discoveries is genuinely moving. Families who never thought they'd achieve financial security suddenly finding themselves with resources for college funds, mortgage payoffs, retirement security, and generational wealth transfer, all because someone decided to examine their loose change carefully and discovered something extraordinary hiding in plain sight. The specific technical details you need to understand include die characteristics, striking pressure signatures, distinctive error markers, and comparative grading standards, all of which become clearer when you actually hold and examine error coins under proper magnification and compare them to reference materials that document the exact characteristics of known valuable specimens. Current collector demand for documented 1982 error varieties remains at absolutely unprecedented levels, with serious numismatists actively searching collections, bidding aggressively at auctions, and paying top dollar to acquire specimens that represent the rarest of the rare in circulation error coins. Museum-quality specimens in exceptional condition represent the highest tier of collecting achievement, and institutions worldwide actively seek these coins for permanent collections, recognizing their historical importance and investment value as both artifacts of monetary history and investment-grade collectibles. The market trends for 1982 error pennies show consistent appreciation patterns, with values demonstrating remarkable stability even during economic downturns, and demonstrated appreciation that significantly outpaces inflation in traditional investment vehicles, making these coins genuinely attractive from both collecting and financial perspectives. Comparison to other valuable errors shows that 1982 specimens occupy a unique position combining rarity, documented value, and accessibility. They're not so impossibly rare that nobody has one, but they're rare enough that genuine treasures still exist and could be discovered by anyone willing to examine their coins carefully. The identification success rate increases dramatically once you understand exactly what characteristics make these coins valuable, and suddenly examining your change becomes an exciting possibility rather than a routine activity, because each coin you examine could theoretically be your ticket to life-changing wealth. Here's what absolutely motivates me about covering coins like this: the genuine human potential for discovery, the real possibility that someone watching this video could find a treasure worth tens of millions of dollars, and the knowledge that increased awareness leads to increased discoveries and increased excitement in our amazing collecting community. The closing message here is absolutely critical. Take the information you've learned today and actually apply it to coins you have access to right now. Check your change jars, ask family members if they have old penny collections, visit coin dealers and examine their inventory for these specific error characteristics, because finding one of these treasures could genuinely transform your financial situation and create generational wealth for your family. Subscribe to the Hidden Coin Hunter right now because we're covering increasingly incredible coins with increasingly amazing stories, and the next video could feature the coin that changes your life forever, so don't miss a single discovery. Like and share this video with anyone who needs to understand that checking their coins could literally lead to financial security, because spreading this knowledge means more people discover treasures and more incredible stories emerge from the numismatic community. Comment below if you found any error coins in your own collections or if you're inspired to start examining your spare change after watching this content, because I absolutely love hearing about discoveries and connecting with fellow enthusiasts who share this passion. Stay tuned for future videos because we're diving deeper into rare coins, incredible error varieties, and the stories of people whose lives changed because they understood the hidden value in their pocket change, and honestly that's exactly why I love this channel and this community so much. The knowledge you've gained today is genuinely valuable, and the potential wealth hiding in ordinary coins is absolutely real, so go check your collections right now and start your own treasure hunting journey because your fortune could be waiting.